I'm Irina Baker, a spiritual awareness, wealth consciousness mentor, and I'm here with a very excellent, good client of mine, and I just love her so much. Her name is Connie Cone with her business, Connie's Cookie Jar. Hi, Connie.
Hi.
So after Connie and I worked for 3 months at the initial phase, level 1 of what I teach, she decided to sign up for another 6 months, which I was very happy because Connie is such a delight to work with. And I have to brag about her because she's a poster student. They say poster child. I'm saying poster student. She showed up, right, Connie? You showed up every time. You did all the work. You was very committed. So 100% commitment created tremendous results. So let's talk about them. So the first one, as I already mentioned, you decided to sign up for the next 6 months with me, even more than that. We've been together for 10 months already. So what made you, how did you make that decision? Why?
At the end of the 3 months, I was very happy with my results, but I knew I wanted to go deeper, and I was preparing to launch a new business, and I knew I would get greater insight with you along the way, probably helpful hints in starting the business. And I knew there were still some things that I needed to clear out so that I would have a successful future.
And I'm very happy that you did it, right? And you're happy you did it too.
Yes.
When I asked you to write down the result or type down the results of what happened or what positive results you have received, the specific ones, you emailed to me 5 full pages of stuff that happened, right?
Right.
And of course, unfortunately, as much as I want to brag about all of this, we can't enumerate them all here, but we will talk about major stuff, I guess, or some stuff. So the first one is, during the first 3 months, you mentioned that the fears that you had, long-standing, old fears, money fears, that would give you anxiety and fear, and it was just not, they were unsettling about the future.
Right.
So you mentioned 70% those fears were gone completely, right?
Yes.
Right. And how about now? So what's the magic number?
I'm a strong 95%, and the remaining 5%, when it does come up, I know how to address it.
Because you have a system.
I do.
You have a system. That's right. And during this time, we were learning how to manifest, how to be in the flow of life and create what you really wanted. Right. And I remember how I was smiling and was very happy that you have decided to experiment. After maybe 1 or 2 sessions, I think it was something very at the beginning of our working together, you decided to manifest something. And you were very disappointed. I remember your face, unhappy face. You were sitting there thinking, well, I was not able to manifest it. And I smiled and I said, well, of course, because you haven't learned the system yet. We haven't even started the manifesting process, what needs to be done to manifest consciously, right? Because obviously we all manifest. We manifest whole life, but we do it unconsciously. We don't know how to exactly step by step create the result we really want. So tell us what happened later on. What?
Later on, I was able to bring into my life a car that I wanted for over 40 years. Never thought I could have in my life.
Even the color you wanted, right?
Even right down to the color, yes, and the monthly price I wanted, which in this particular instance was pretty amazing. And I had some money that was owed me from a previous employer that I'd been working 6 months to have it turned over to me. And within 48 hours of my focusing on that and looking for an answer, a new route came to me, which I hadn't considered, and the money suddenly was in my account, which it should have been all along. We have a furniture purchase in the home, which we've put off for years, again, because I didn't want to spend the money, and I was able to accomplish that.
And earlier than before, right? I think you planned it for April and you got it much earlier.
Right.
A couple of months earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And
on good terms. I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but and on good terms.
Yes, excellent terms. Yes, which made it possible, actually. And my business, of course. I had been contemplating this business for a long time, and each time I got close, my fears would block the process, and I would talk myself out of it.
How many years? I cannot ask that question.
Well, I've had this as a seed idea for over 40 years. I just didn't realize that there was a reason. I truly feel this is my sole purpose now. I just didn't make the connection. And once I did, then that helped me to develop the plan and make it happen.
And I want to add to that, because you had a progression, because we've been learning or having sessions step by step by step by step. So you started, when you came to me, business was non-existent, right?
Correct.
It was not even in the horizon.
Nope.
And you were working at the job that you didn't like.
Right.
But things happened very interestingly, and that showed you your progress, your internal growth, right? Because at first you got a raise unexpectedly.
Right.
Then you became a manager. They promoted you to the manager unexpectedly.
Right.
Then you quit the job unexpectedly. And that was happening very fast. So you actually quit the job. And if before you felt like, oh, this is my way, I have to do it, right? And then suddenly you were so confident sitting at the next session saying, I quit my job. I don't know what I was doing there. I am much better suited somewhere else, remember? So it was so amazing because it happened easily. You didn't need to fight. You didn't need to struggle, correct?
Correct.
And after that, we've progressed with the business. And you planned the launch of the business at a particular day. You were off literally 3 days, right? Or 2 days?
Exactly. 2 days.
2 days. I mean, seriously, who even plans opening of the business on specific day unless you are brick and mortar store, right? You have to open the doors. But you could do it anytime. Doesn't happen to be that particular day, but it happened as how you planned it. So that's quite amazing. And the business is already working, making money.
Yes, and easily.
And you got clients who are requesting making orders. So how amazing is that, right?
I'm very happy.
Yes, of course. I am so proud. That's why I keep bragging about it, of course, right now. Okay, and you also, I mean, so many areas changed, right? So many things have changed. How about you even helped your relatives or your family members manifest money? How about the sister, right? What happened?
Right.
Not whole story, but what did you help her with?
Well, there was something she wanted to sell, and I knew that she really needed the money at that time, and so I focused on helping her and really made that my primary goal. And within 24 hours, she made the sale and got the money she needed. So I strongly feel that it was me sending that energy her way.
You were using the system.
Exactly.
And with your husband, we might not go into details, but he became, you didn't say a word, but you were working on his sales, right? You were using a system, working on his sales, and he was named, right? He got an award, or what happened? He became best rep?
Yes, of the month. Yes, and he went way past his goal. I think it was something like 150% past his goal that particular month. And there were days when he would come in and have kind of a baffled look on his face and say, I just got a huge sale and I'm not quite sure how that happened. So there were several of those. And again, I was focused on helping.
So every time when you were focused on that sale, I mean, on helping him, whatever we did, he got a sale, a major sale, big sale.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing?
So if I had any doubts, each time those things happened, it was another confirmation to me that I was doing the right thing and it was working.
And I always smile when people say you can change your partner, which is true. However, I say I changed my partner without even saying a word to him. That applies in this situation. You didn't say a word. He has no idea. Usually women come to me, husbands have no idea that they're even working with me, right? And so you didn't say anything to him, and here you are helping him, influencing without saying a word, because obviously he wouldn't even take it.
Right.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, it's better this way.
It's better that way. But see, we can manifest for sure.
Yes.
Wow. And also you had a specific service that you wanted, tree trimming, right? A big project. We wanted specific money sum. And did it happen?
Yes, I was shocked about that one because I was expecting it to be several $100s, and I knew how much I was comfortable paying. And so I focused on, this is what I want to spend. If they agree to that, then we'll do it. And he came in, I think, $20 less. And so we were able to get a second service to complete what they were going to do. And it was for the exact price I wanted. So that was very nice.
Do you think it's a coincidence?
Tricky question. Not now. Not now.
Right, exactly. Not anymore. Not anymore. And by the way, those who are watching this wonderful testimonial, Connie right now is displaying, as I call it, I have to let out the secret, a happy cat face. That's how I call it, because on the first session, I have to mention, I hope you're okay with that. On the first session, Connie was like this. And now we laugh about it. And this smile is such an amazing affirmation, right? That stuff works, and confirmation rather, that stuff works, and really you can change your life if you decide to make that 100% commitment.
Exactly.
Right. And a little bit about this, you became happier, calmer, which that's what I call happy cat face. Mm-hmm. And you also started spending money without guilt and shame, right?
Right.
Could you comment on that?
Sure. I was to the point where I was not doing certain things, not living freely or comfortably. I was miserly for fear of not having enough at some point. And when I realized that I was creating that negative cycle and it didn't have to be that way, then I was more relaxed about it and understood that it wasn't something I had to worry about. That at the end, it would be fine. I would be fine.
At least that day you loved your homework, right? I sent Connie to spa and I said, you better enjoy it.
That was the best homework.
That was the best homework for a change. That's right. And so now you have a solid system, spiritual system that you can apply to any situation. It could be bad situation, you know how to deal with it, right?
Right.
You also have a manifesting system that you can manifest what you want. That's another system, like we have many systems. And then you also, so in your business, you know how not only physically make steps to get more clients, but spiritually, you can invite or being a magnet for clients to come to you, because you are magnetizing yourself instead of chasing the clients. Is that correct?
Right.
And it seems or feels easy.
Surprisingly, I knew that was the process. I just wasn't expecting it to feel as easy as it is. So I'm truly enjoying it right now.
And when it gets tougher, you wanted, or you needed a reminder, right? Remember how I would remind you, okay, that means you're resisting. Something is not there. It has to be easy in the flow. Otherwise, it's not really, you're not doing it. And you would say, oh, yes, light bulb, here we are. And it would flow again.
Exactly.
Right? Well, also, I created a questionnaire, as you know perfectly well, right? So I was giving this questionnaire to you. It was a scale from 1 to 10 to you at the beginning, at the end, at the beginning, at the end. And so the very last time, we had an absolutely stunning discovery, right? And could you comment on that, please? What we got, whatever numbers you want to give, doesn't matter, but just tell us what was the surprise.
My surprise was when I answered the questions at the beginning, I answered them the way I thought they should be answered based on where I was at that point. But when we re-looked at it at the very end, I realized I hadn't been honest with myself in choosing those numbers. They actually were much lower, but I didn't realize that until the end. And I saw my progress and then tried to remember what I was like at the beginning and realized those numbers were false. They actually were much lower.
And that's because obviously you didn't lie, you didn't try to better yourself, because you were honestly making those numbers, putting those numbers. But what you realized, as I can see, you just were not as aware before as you are now. So when our awareness increases, we look back and we see, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. So when people come to me, and when I give them this questionnaire, they give me high numbers, and I smile because I know they don't try to pull anybody's leg. They just are unaware that they're not even close to that. And so at the end, you can see way back how it is. And the funny part, we say people want quick fix. And obviously, I say you can't have quick fix in spiritual realm, right? In changing your consciousness. So even when after 3 months, you were very pleased with your results, right?
Yeah.
You got serious results. You could already live and be happy in your life. But we did the questionnaire and you gave me good numbers. They increased and everything was good. But when you even did again, at the end of the 10th month period, that's when discovery came up. So the longer you are in this process, the more obviously you give yourself more time to change. Is that correct?
Right. And there also were things that I thought I'd processed years ago and was very happy that I'd resolved them. But as time went on, out of nowhere, they would come up. And I realized that those were blocks that I needed to clear so I could be more successful and happier. And I think the 3-month process touches on some of those, but for those of us who've been carrying things around for years and years, it takes a little longer to get there.
That's right. No matter how hard I can push you in 3 months, you can't go faster than you can, because it's already pretty fast, right? We were going.
Right.
So there was no way you could do it faster. It's just too much for the physical body. People often say, oh, I can't afford it. So we're talking about the money, the investment. People say, I can't afford it. I don't have spare money. I don't have money. That's usual people's excuse, right? We all have said it, and we just know it's people use this excuse to be polite, to get away from whatever. And you could easily say the same thing, even though I know your situation was good. You have a good situation, but you could easily say, oh, well, I can't afford it, especially with your anxiety of future. You were afraid to do little things for yourself. And here I am standing there in front of you, inviting you at my life event, inviting you to join me for working together. And that was an investment. And you said, some people said no, because they couldn't afford it, they said. But you said yes, so you made that decision clear. I'm sure you were scared to death by yourself, right? First of all, were you scared?
A little bit, but I was so determined. I knew I was going to do it. It was time. And I knew it would be a good investment for my future because I was so stuck. I knew I didn't want to continue where I was. So I knew it would be a good investment.
And let's play devil's advocate, as they say. What if, Connie, you said, well, I can't afford it. I will wait. I'll read more books. I'll maybe do some, little classes here and there. What if? So what's the cost of not doing this work? What do you think?
I'm confident I would not have moved further because I had tried books, I had tried mini courses, I had tried gratitude journals, and they would work to a point, but they weren't digging down deep enough to fix what needed to be fixed. So I would not have my own business. I would not have my beautiful car.
The color you wanted.
I would not be a happier person. My relationships would have, I'm sure, stayed the same because I didn't know how to fix what needed to be fixed. And ironically, I looked at the summary on my bank account at the end of the time, and it was almost within a few dollars of where it was when I decided to make the investment with you. So I'd recouped that. I was rewarded for working with you, I think.
Well, we need to definitely get that on the record, right? I didn't hear that statement before, so this is good.
Yep.
Right. And that actually, thank you, that confirms my own point when I say to people, when you decide you make that commitment, it's not about the money, because nobody has spare money lying around that we don't know what to do with. We can always come up with tons of ideas how to spend money. But when we decide, so there are priorities, when we make that 100% commitment, then money will show up. So you paid, and then money showed up, and you didn't even miss it.
Right.
How incredible is that?
I thought it was pretty amazing. Yeah.
Wow. And you made that happy cat face, right? And yes, I know that your abundance flow is moving as well. It takes gradual, it's gradual increase, but it's an increase. It's definitely here and there from different sources and different places, and it's happening. It's working. And you don't need to be worrying about future anymore, because you know how it is. You have a system.
Exactly. I'll be fine.
I'm just giving this moment to just feel it. Feel the accomplishment, feel just even for two of us, just accomplishment of the great job well done, right, Connie?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And of course, what would you tell people who consider working with me? Perhaps they don't know me, perhaps they do, and they might say, I don't have the money to do it, or I don't have time to do it. What would you tell them?
First of all, you need to be truly ready to work on yourself, because that's kind of the starting point. And the thing I like best about you is you have an intuitive way of asking the right questions to lead us to the areas that need to be cleared and resolved. And then you give us the tools to move forward. And it's a very unique system compared to other things I've tried. It's a system that works quickly, and it's a system that is evenly paced so that you don't feel like you go with the flow. You know what needs to be done next without feeling overwhelmed. And I appreciated that. I appreciated the guidance and the support. And it truly worked for me. And as far as the investment goes, as I said, it was well worth it. And I know confidently that things would not have changed for me had I not taken this route. So I'm forever grateful. And I think people should not hesitate. If they know it's time, if deep down in their heart they know it's time, then I think you are a great person to work with, and they will see wonderful benefits like I did.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we're done today, and thank you so much for being such a wonderful, absolutely wonderful client and poster child. And I always say, and now go clone yourself, because you are every mentor's dream. That's for sure. Well, my dream to have as many. I am always blessed with clients. I love my clients. I get absolutely the best people, and I am blessed, absolutely blessed with you. So thank you, Connie.
Thank you.